What's up, everybody? Shane with Moretti Outdoors, and on this segment I want to do my rendition of first aid for outdoors and what I prefer, what I recommend, and what I do. Stick around, guys, for the end of the video so you can find out how you can win one of these. Pre-packed kit with 27 pieces in it, free to you. You just gotta wait until I can tell you what you need to do to win one. Alright, guys, stick around. Alright, everybody, so here it is. All my gear laid out. Try to get a better view here. There we go. So, I don't endorse any of these products. This is the stuff I prefer when I'm out doing my trips. You know, obviously this is pretty extensive. This first aid kit's mainly used for like longer trips. If I go on like a 3-night or longer trip, then I'm going to take all this stuff with me. I'm still going to always say this. I'm one of these guys that I'd rather have and not need than need and not have. And this is the reason why this is such an extensive amount of first aid equipment. You know, back in my 20s, I was a firefighter, first responder, and did some EMT work. You know, and I worked for some fire stations for years and years and years. And I've seen a lot of medical stuff. I've been through a lot of medical stuff. And obviously I have my own personal medicines too that I have to have that are like life-saving medicines for me as well. But, so, this is what I got laid out. And we're just going to go through it as quick as possible. And at the end of the video, I'm going to be giving away one of these Coleman first aid kits over here. 27-piece kit. It's got a lot of nice stuff in it for as small as it is. But so let's get through it. Let's. Alright, so obviously if I'm doing just a day trip or a day hike or like a single overnight trip, then I usually just go right to this, and I just bring this because it's light, compact, and I really like it a lot. It's a 27-piece kit. You can see everything in there. I'll give you guys a minute to look through it, but that's what comes in this kit. And I have 2 of them, but one I'm going to give away to a lucky subscriber. They're not too expensive, but they're really hard to get your hands on. You can't just find them at Walmart. I had to order them, but I wanted something light and compact. You know, so there you go. There's your contents. Pretty dang good for what I paid for them. And it's small and compact, reusable tin. And then I usually take this right here, and I'll fill that little tube up with some extra stuff. So, and that will be my first aid kit for an overnight trip or whatever. So let's just get right into it. So over here, obviously, I have my own personal meds. You know, I got some anti-nausea medicine, some coughing pills. You know, as far as like aspirin, ibuprofen, and Tylenol go, I'll pack all those together into one container. You know, like 8 of each if I'm doing a long trip. You know, and if I'm doing a family trip, then all this stuff comes with me plus extra. I have another whole first aid kit with, you know, braces and ace bandages and all that stuff that I bring too, because it's really important if I'm on a family trip that I have everything possible at my disposal to help a family member or whatever I need to do. And you never know what's going to happen. You just never know. So anyway, I usually pack all my pills in one container. Probably just be something like this. I'll put ibuprofen, aspirin, Tylenol, and all my personal med pills that I have to have inside of one bottle and take them with. But then I have my sumatriptan injection and a sumatriptan nasal inhaler too that I need for cluster headaches if I end up going into a cycle. I never know when that's going to happen either. You know, and then like basic stuff, cough drops, Benadryl. These are my tick tornadoes. And I got a little tin here with, you know, you could see needle and thread. Focus. Okie dokie. Fingernail clippers, couple razor blades, needle and thread if I have to, you know, give someone sutures or, you know, thread something back together that fell apart. Another big thing that I always have on my person is my watch, my survival watch, which is definitely a first aid kit for me. It's got a compass, you know, temperature gauge, time. It's got the lanyard. You can use that for survival. You know, it's got the ferro rod on it. And it works decent. I didn't use it right the last time I used it, but you know, and then all my bandages. This is for like taping up my foot for plantar fasciitis or whatever. You know, some a roll of tape there, some sports tape, you know, regular first aid tape. And then, like, this is also my personals bag too. So I'll have like Dawn dish soap, which works good if you have a tick on you. You can just use this stuff and dab some on the tick if he's just getting on you, and he'll fall right off, or he'll back right out before you need to start bothering with the tick tornado. You know, just you know, personal preference. But you know, my toothbrush, toothpaste, toothpicks. And then, like, okay, so this is a first aid item for me. I don't know where you guys are living. Some of you guys don't have to worry, but up where I'm living and where I usually go, I always carry my bear spray in the summer and spring. There's a lot of sows up here with cubs, so I like to be prepared for that. These aren't cheap, but it'll save your life. Way better than a gun. That's for dang sure. When you're panicking, it's going to be hard to shoot something that's running 35 miles an hour at you. You know, some new skin. Burn gel, I always take this with me no matter where I go. And if I don't need that much, I'll just take a little dab with me and put it in a little container. You know, you're messing around with bushcrafting and fire and stuff, you got to have some burn gel. And this is the best stuff I can get my hands on, other than the prescription stuff. And, you know, in 2001, I burnt my foot really bad. So I know how to treat burns pretty dang good. And then in 2002, I amputated my finger on a machine, an elevator. So, you know, that was fun to take care of, but I was actually able to take my own sutures out and stuff, so that was pretty cool, you know. But, so I've been through some injuries, and I've helped people with injuries. You know, I've been on plenty of camping trips where people got hurt, and I was able to aid them properly. You know, other basic stuff here, like triple antibiotic ointment, hydrocortisone cream, eye allergy relief. And I've got sterilized prescriptions in the house for, like, ear infections and eye infections and stuff, too. You know, if I'm going on like a 7-day trip, I might pack that because you never know. But I don't know if I would. And I got a little compact washcloth, a little compact UST towel, which these things are pretty nice. They're pretty cheap at Walmart, but they open up and, you know, they're pretty usable. And you can reuse them too. Another thing too that I always carry when I'm on a trip is ammonia inhalant. If someone gets knocked out or becomes unconscious, I can break that and wake them up. And, you know, I got some bee sting neutralizers or some sting kill neutralizers. You just bust the vial. And these are kind of hard to get your hands on too, but they work very well. You know, some wipe away if I want to clean a surface. I got a tourniquet right here, which is nice. My medical scissors, which are pretty dang handy. They come apart. They got a screwdriver, you know, wrenches on here, a little saw. You know, you got the blade. You can do a lot with these. I really like them. Open up a bottle, whatever you need to do when you're out in the field. You know, some couple emergencies in case I wake up and I'm not feeling too well. It's kind of something nice to have. You know, for emergencies, if I dump, and I usually keep my first aid kit pretty close, or, you know, if I'm in trouble and I don't have my fire steel or can't get tinder or it's raining, you know, I always go to my fire matches and my wet fire tabs. That's kind of nice to have. You know, this right here I would probably break down and only take a small amount with the vial, but, you know, in case someone gets a toothache or I get a toothache, you never know when that's going to happen either. I mean, you just never know. Another thing I do take is you know, on the longer trips is this dressing change tray, which it's amazing. It's got a mask, gloves, a towel, skin protectant swab stick, chloroprep insert, alcohol, gauze, sponge, and transparent dressing. It's actually a really good kit, and that's medical grade. Skipping down here, so just some basic gauze pads, some sterilizing wipes, some benzalkonium chloride, which is nice, alcohol pads, sterile gloves, another pair of sterile gloves. You know, this is more of a personals thing, but my color guard for like my tats when I'm out in the sun, and some SPF and some lip balm. Rinse and all for canker sores or mouth sores or whatever if you need it. Never can be too sure. Got a bio-occlusive transparent dressing for a little bit bigger of a wound. You know, some breathe right strips. You know, I always wake up stuffy sometimes. For bandages, I just got basics like waterproof bandages, butterflies, you know, standard band-aids, 2 different types. But yeah, that's the kit right there. And, you know, like I said, I have quite a bit of stuff in the house. I can mix and match, take away, add, do whatever I want. Of course, your personal wipes. You know, I didn't even put them in here, but that's a given. Personal wipes, I mean, it is, you know, something you have to have when you're out in the woods or wilderness. But like I said, guys, this is me. This is my preference. I believe it or not, all this stuff fits right inside that red bag. And, you know, except for obviously my personals, I would have to put that in something different. But, I mean, all the other basic stuff, I can cram it all in there and it fits. And, you know, like the Band-Aids, I'm probably a little overloaded on. I could probably thin those out. And, oh, I forgot to talk about this, too. So, this is a cautery tool for cauterizing maybe something. You know, you never know. But I like this thing a lot. And this is a prescription type stuff. It's sterile, never used. But, you know, my main concern was maybe this could be something for like a fire starter in emergencies that's battery operated, or maybe, you know, I need to cauterize something on my skin, and that's pretty handy. You never know, but, you know, that fits too. And then one thing I don't have out here is my little red pen torch. In the winter, that's probably not going to be, you know, worth much to even bother trying to, you know, those pen torches with the butane in them don't light very well in the winter, but I'd go straight to my ferro rod. You know, and a lot of this stuff I just won't even use. You know, when I'm bushcrafting, I'll probably just go with a light kit like this or whatever. But like I said, this is mainly for my longer trips. If I'm doing like a 3 or 4 day hike, I'll probably just put a kit together myself and you know, make sure I'm prepared for that 3 or 4 day hike and overnight backpacking and stuff. Other than that, that's what I got. This is my kit, and like I said, this is the stuff I prefer. And you know, everyone's going to have their mixed emotions about first aid. I've seen, you know, a couple videos on YouTube about, you know, people's personal first aid preferences, and well, this is my rendition, and this is the stuff that I feel I need when I'm out in the woods or on my trips, because I want to be safe, and if someone else is in trouble, I can help them too. Your survival instincts kick in pretty quick when you're out in the woods and someone's hurt, man. You're going to do what you can to help them, and if you have the skills and the knowledge, you know, I mean, I know how to do CPR and all that other stuff too, but, you know, when you have the knowledge, it's nice to have the stuff available too at your disposal. But, well, guys, so if you guys want to win this kit, all you got to do is comment below and put a plus sign. That's it. That's for first aid. That's all I want to see. Okay? You want this kit? I'll mail it to you. I'll pay for shipping, just like I will pay for shipping on all my other prizes you'll be seeing coming along. Just put a plus sign for first aid, man, and I'll put you down for the drawing. If you want to comment after that, you can. Tell me what you think about the video. If you think I'm crazy and I'm carrying too much junk with me, let me know that too. I know this comes out to about 2 pounds, so... But yeah, so if you're interested in that free first aid kit, man, just put a plus sign down in the comments, and you can let me know how you feel about the gear review. I mean, this is just my personal gear review. I'm not gonna get into any more detail about anything. This is what I recommend when I'm out, and I'm not gonna change my tune on it. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you. So one item I wanted to talk about also too was this. Now, I don't know the name for it. I actually got this from a doctor, and it's sterile too, but it's like tar, and it even stinks too. Like, it smells like motor oil, but it doesn't never expire, and they actually don't have this stuff on the market anymore, so I'm not going to disclose any more information about it. But this stuff is fantastic. It actually draws infections right out of your body. Like if I cut my finger and it gets infected, then this will draw it right out. And yeah, it's nasty, but it's really good stuff. On a longer trip, this is really going to be beneficial because, like I said, it never expires. It draws infection. You know, these types of things are things you want to have on you so you don't have to worry about getting out. You know, if you're in a secluded place, you got to have the right proper gear. So just thought I'd run that by you guys with that.